So hello and welcome to this shift taking application. So in last video we created this home page here, and you can see here we have these components like navbar and the footer, of which also we made it or we built it in our last video. So today we are going to focus on other pages. For example, today we are going to focus first of all on our login. So if you click here, you can see we have this page that is called login. Also, we'll also look for other pages like the one for reset password. If you come here in your login and then click on this forget password, you can see we have this page that we are calling forget password. And after here now also I will show you another page so that we can be able also to be able to reset our password. So let me go back, and this is the page now that we are going to build. So first of all, I'm going to click this login and we can navigate now to our login here. So now if I come here in my code, so I can go back into my login here, and in here I will create my CSS also. So I'm going to say CSS. I'll just add login.css just like that. And in here what I can do is that I can import. Now I'll be importing this one or this file for CSS. So /login CSS. And now here this is where you should see the importance of working with component. So right now, because we have also our navbar here and also we have our footer, what we can do, we can call them. So what we'll do here, I'm going to start by adding the navbar. So let me add the navbar here by importing it, because we have it already. So let me check for navbar. So navbar, it should be imported. So I don't know why I'm not able to import it. So I'm going to import it here, navbar, like that. And this one will be from, now let's check, from this components folder, and then navbar, like this here, and then here navbar, just like that. And also I'm going to also import our footer. So let's see here, you can see already our footer is auto completing for us. So I'm going to import it and add it like that. So here I'm going also to format my code so that it looks nice. So if I do this, and then here I can just add a text so that you can be able to see how we are using our components. So if I do that and then save and go back into my code, you can see already we have our navbar here and our footer. So if I go back also, you can see we have our navbar and a footer. So we don't need to recreate that. If we are using just HTML and CSS, this wouldn't be possible. So that's why we are using components. So now let me now start creating now the login so that it looks like this one here. So what I'll do is that I'll start by coming in here, and the first thing that I'll do, I'll create this div, and this div I'm going to give it a class of login container, just like that. And inside here now, this is where I'm going to create a form so that we can submit it when we are filling in the input. So inside here also I'm going to do h1, and then here I'm going to add login, just like that. So this text here, let me show you. So this text here, this is what we are adding as h2 header. And then the other thing is that I need also, let me just come here, and after that, now after this header, what we can do is that we can create a label here, and this label here should be holding now the staff ID. So here is staff ID because we require staff ID when we are logging in. And here, let me just add staff ID like that. The other thing that we need now is our div, and this div I'm going to give it a class of password, like that. So inside here now, this is where we can add an input. So an input here, so an input, and here I'm going to also give it like a placeholder also, or let me just give it an ID, and this ID here will be an ID of staff ID, like that. Let me add that quotation mark, and also I'm going to add a name also as a staff ID. So staff ID, just like that. And also the other thing that we do now, we'll have a on change function here, but this we'll do when we start collecting information from this input. So if after this, now we can have another label down here. So let me first of all see how it will look like. So you can see we have staff ID here, you can see our input here. So let's look for, or let me add another, have a label down here. So this is a label, and in this label, this is where we are going to add this password, have this password. So here I can add this HTML4 as add it as password. Also, the other thing that I can do is that here I'm going to say password like that, and then in here I want to be able to toggle in between seeing the password and not seeing the, or and hiding the password, so that a person who is adding the password can be able to see and confirm the password that they are adding. So inside here now, this is where I'm going to create now. First of all, let me style this. So I'm going to use inline style here. So here I'm going to say display here, and this display here will be inline first of all, like that. And also here I'm going to have a cursor, and a cursor here will be a cursor pointer, like that. And also I'm going to add a font size. So font size here, and this font size here will be 20 pixels. And now after this, now what we can do is that we want to toggle in between, inside here, want to toggle in between seeing the password and not seeing the password. For example, here you can see here you can toggle in between seeing the password and not seeing the password. So first thing first that I'll do is that I'll come here and I'll create another use state here, and I call this show password. So show password, like that, and then set show password like that, and then here is use state here, and then I'm going to add this as false, just like that. So here what I'll do also is that I'll create another function that we call handle toggle password. So handle toggle password, like that. And in here what I'll do is that I'll create a function, an arrow function here, and this function what we'll do is that we'll call set show password. And what also I'm going to do is that I'm going to show the opposite of this value show password. So I'm going to say this one, the opposite of show password, and I'll show you why we are doing that. So now inside here in our span here, I want to show you something. Here I already had an icon, so this is the icons that I'm going to use. So copy this, and then I'm going to paste them here, and you can use any icon that you think of. You can tell ChatGPT to create for you these icons, and you can see how they look like. So like that. That is the problem. I'm saying there is a problem here. So this is just ESLint showing us that we are not using this function, and it is assigned. So I'm just going to leave it like that. We are going to use that function. So if I save on this and then see our page here, you can already see we have this one, but you can see even if we click on it, we cannot be able to toggle between seeing the password and not seeing the password. So So let me leave it like that for now. So the other thing that I need is now inside this span here, this is where I'm going to call now, or to have this on click function here. So on click here, and this where we are going to have this handle toggle password like that, so that if I save on this and go into my application, if I click, you can see I can toggle in between, so seeing the password and not seeing the password. Like here you can be able to see, you can see the password, but when I toggle this I cannot see the password. So now let me go back. So in my code here, so let me first of all format again. So if I format also, I can be able now to now create in down here, I can be able now to add other things. So I'm going to add a div, and this div here also we are going to give it a class of password like that. So a password, and inside here now, this is where we are going to create this input here for adding the password or adding the password. So this one will have a type of text, but now we need to do like we need to do something here to check. So first thing first, I'm going to add this condition. So I'll add, if show password is true, then it will change. So it will just change to text, but if it is not, then it will be just password like that. So, and this, when you save on this and then go back here, you can be able to, when you add, I cannot be able to see it, but when I click on this, I can be able to see the password that I'm entering in this input. So that is it. And now the other thing that I need also to do is to make sure that I've added an ID. So here I need an ID, and this ID, so let me add ID here. So this ID will be password, and also the name here will be password like that. So, and then now what else do I need to do? So here I'm going now to be able to add also the button for submitting. So down here I'm going now to add the button. So I'm not going to add like a button, I'm going to add as like a span. And so let me add a span here, and in here, because it is just a span, we are going to give it a class name. Here we'll have a class name of login and then btn, just like that. And now here, this is what we are going to call it login, or add it as login, just like that. So after this, now also we need to have another span down here. So this span here, we'll have a span here, and this span here, we are going to give it a class name of forgot password, forgot, and then dash password, like that. So after this, now this will be forget password or forgot password, like that. And now let's see how our application will look like. So format this code, and then let me save it. And if I go back here, you can already see now how they look like. So you can see we have a login here, and also we have forgot password, and we have input here. So now let's go on styling, so that we can be able to style our element here and other stuff. So I'm going to come here. Let me see if I imported my CSS. Yes. So here I'm going to start with my login container. So my login container here, I'm going to add a background color. So a background color of this whitish color. And also I'm going to add a padding. So a padding of, let's say, 20 pixels. And I'm going to have a border radius of 8 pixels. And now also I'm going to have a height, and this height will be for 75 VH, and here I can also add a box shadow. I need to have a box shadow here, and this box shadow will be 0 and then 0, 10 pixels, and then here I'm going to have RGBA like this one here, and here I'm going to add 0 and then 0. Okay, let me add here 0, also 0, and then this one will be 0.1, 0.1. And now we have to have text align to be center like that. So here also, let me see how it will look like. So yeah, you can see already how it looks. It has started taking shape. So now we need to push this login here at the center. So I'm going to also style form. So our form here, we need to say display flex here. You can say display flex. We can say flex direction to be column. Also, we need to do align items. So align items to be center. And also I'm going to add a margin of 8%. So this is 8%, and also auto like that. So after this, now also I'm going to style label. So in our label here, I'm going to add a margin bottom. So margin bottom here of, let's say, 8 pixels. So 8 pixels. And now let's first of all see how it looks like. So yeah, you can see it is styled. And the other thing is that I'm going to style input. So input here, I'm going to give it a padding. So a padding of, let's say, 8 pixels. And now if you see here, we are just getting input. So this will be affecting any inputs. So here also I'm going to add a margin. So this is a margin bottom like that, and margin bottom here I'm going to give it 16 pixels. I'm going to add a border. So a border here. So you can see we have this border. So 1 pixel, going to give solid, and then I'm going to give this color here. So the other thing that I need also is to give it a width, and a width here will be a width of 250 pixels. So the last one is outline. Outline will be none. So now the other thing that I need to do is to style login. So login here, and login will be login btn. So this is the like us button, so or a span that we added for clicking when you are logging in. So I'm going to add RGB. So RGB here, I'm going to add here like 24, and then 92. This is 92, and then 175. So like that. So that one. So also I'm going to do color. Here the color of the text should be white. I'm going to add a padding of, let's say, 10 pixels. I'm going to add a border to be none, and then here I'm going to have a border radius of, let's say, 4 pixels. And here I'm going to add a cursor pointer. And another thing is that I'm going to also do like width. So I'm going to give it also a width of 250 pixels like that. So like that. Also here I'm going to give it or to style a forgot password. So forget password here. So here I'm going to add a text decoration of underline. So because we are going to underline it, and here I'm going to give a cursor to be pointer like that. So let's see. So if we look here now, you can see you already have like a login page that you can see here, almost the same, because here now you can see this one also is a bit bold. So we can just see what the problem is, but we can just leave it like that. It's not a must that we just change it, because it is almost the same. You know how to change from bold to regular text. So you can see how our login page has come along. So now let's see the other pages that we can do. So we need this page here. When you click forgot password here, we need this page now. So if you look here in this like this URL here, you can see we are calling it forgot password. So what we'll do is that in our code here, I'm going to just come here in my app.jsx, and then in here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy this, and here I'm going to paste it. So here also I'm going to say forgot password. So forgot like a password here like that. And now because we don't have like a page for forgot password, I'm going to create one. So here I'm going to say to add a reset. So it is reset password. So reset password, or I can just, yeah, let me add it as reset password. And in here I can add reset password like that dot .jxx, and also I can add something like, now I can add something like reset password dot css, and here also I can be able to add RFCE like that, and then I can be able to import. So import this one here, so this one, and then here I'm going to click on it just like that, and then now I can come here into my app.jx and then import that page, that is. So reset password, let me see if I have that page. So yeah, you can see this page here, reset password like that. So what else we are going to do is that we are going back into my login here, and here what I'll do is that I'm going to add a link. So here I'm going first of all to remove this, add a link from React Router DOM. So from React Router DOM here, I can add this, and then here I'm going to say like add that, and here we are going to add two. So like so let me add forgot password like that. So let me see if I have imported it from React Router DOM. Yes, so that is it. I don't think I have made any mistake here. So to check that, what I'll do is that I'll come here and see forgot password. So if I come here and try now to go into forgot password, so you can see here we don't have this page. So let me see where I maybe have done some error. So forgot password here, and here is forgot password. So I'll just take this, and here in my path, so I'm going to add it like that. But this one will be forgot password, and then let's see. So reset password from, yeah, from now the reset password here, that is right. So let me see. So after this now, so let me, oh actually I can see here we are having like login and then forgot password. It should be just forgot password like that. So let me see. You can see we have reset password here. So now what I'm going to do is that if you check here, you can see already we have a navbar here, and also we have like this footer. So what we'll do is that I'm going now into my reset password here, and the power of components now. So I'm going to import like navbar. So navbar, I can see it here. So navbar, and I'm going also to import, let me see, footer. So this is footer here, and then if I do this, let me see how it looks like. So if I come here, you can see we have our navbar and our footer here. So here I'm going to have another div now. Inside here I'm going to have a div, and this div I'm going to give it login container, and you see why I'm going to give it this one here. So login container here, and inside here I'm going to start having a form here. So I'm styling or giving the same classes as the one that I was giving in a login page, so that they will also be applying the same styling, so I won't be styling this one again. So inside here in my form, I'm going to have a h2, and here I'm going to add forgot password like that, and here I'm going to have a label, and this label here will be for email, and since I don't have any other input that I need here, is just an email, so I'm going to have a div, and this div here will be password. I'm just calling it password, and inside here I'm going to add input like that, and also I'm going to have what else, I'm going to give it an ID of, let's say, email. So email here, email, and also I'm going to have a name, email here like that. So what else do I need? So first of all, let's see how it is coming along. So yeah, you can see already it is just styling itself, and this is because we are using the styling from our login. And also, what else do I need? I need also to have a password, and then another thing that I need here is just that we need to have a span. So this span, we are going to, let me just give it like a class here. So a span, and this span here, I'm going to give it a class name of login btn like that. So, and then here I'm going to add submit like that. So after this, now I can save. And you can see already it has come along. So yeah, I can add here my email and then click submit. It should submit now. So we need to have another URL also. So now we have to create another page here, and the other page now will be update password, and this is the functionality also that I didn't show you in the previous video. So I'm going to add here. So let me save on this, save this, and here I'm going to add update password. So update password. So update password, and here I'm going to add now update password dot jsx, and here I'm going also to add update password dot css. Here I'm going to add rfce. So let me do rfce. I don't know. Oh, actually I'm doing it in a wrong file, that's why it's not working. So let me remove this, and then I'll just say RFCE like this one here, and I'm going to add here import, and then import here, I'm going to import this CSS file, so like that. So now here I can build now my update password, but I want also to first of all show you something. So when we want to reset our password, we must send a link to the page of resetting the password or updating the password. It is not like any other page that that you should be here in that we should have like visibly to any user. So what we'll do is that when you when you just enter your password here, then this system will just check in the database if you exist, and if you exist, then it will send a password reset password and email in your email, so that you can be able to get the link to go to update password page. So if you check here, let me show you in our backend here, and if you look at templates here, we have this reset password here, and if you check here, so let me scroll down. So if I scroll down here, you can be able to see this is the like this is the let me just give it like a localhost here, and then this one will be 71 or 5173, and then it will have this URL here. So actually this one here, so this will be sent into your email, and if your email exists in database, and then you can see this URL here. This is the one that you will be redirecting you to be able to update the password. So for the first time now, this is the time we are going to be creating our update password page. So I have taken now this page here, or this URL, or this path here, and then let me show you what I'll do. I'm just closing everything here, and in here in my app.js, I need let me look here. So I need to have, let me first of all copy this and paste it here. So here I need to give this URL or this reset password here path. So I'm going to add it here like that. So you can give it any path, so long as it's complex and it is the like path that people cannot guess. So you can use it, but here you need to import our update password page. So update, you can see it here from pages. You can see I have imported it there. So now what I'll do is that I can just copy all of it like that, and here I'm going to add it here, or to go on that part. So let me see. So if I try to go into this here, you can see update password here. So then another thing is that here I'm going to also import navbar. So this is, I'm going to add here navbar. You can see navbar here, and also I'm going to have a footer here like that. So if I save and look at it, you can see we have now navbar and the footer. So now the other thing that I need is to format this, and now inside here I'm going to use similar classes with the login. So here I'm going to have a div, and I'm giving it login container like that, and inside here I'm going also to have a h2, and then this one will give it reset password like that. I'm going to have a label, and here a label will be enter your staff ID, enter your staff ID like that, then semicolon. And now the other thing is that here I'm going to have another div, and I'm going to give it a class of password. And here also I'm going to do several stuff. So I'm going to give it an input here, and this input is for the email. So here or for the staff ID, that is. So here I'm going to give it an ID. So an ID here, and this one is staff ID. The name also here is for staff ID, like that. What else do I need? No, I can just leave it like that. And then I will have another, like a label, and then here that I'm going to say enter your new password, and also I'm going to have like this div here, and then our password like that. And then in here I'm going to have an input, and input here I'm going to give this an input like a type of password here. So let me add it here. So password, and also I'm going to give it like an ID of password, and a name of password. So name of password like that. So that is it. And also I can have configure password, but I won't do confirm password, that is, I won't do that. I will just go and have now like submit, or the text for submitting now. So I'm going to have a span here, and here I'm going to give it a login, and then btn. Here I'm going to add submit like that. So let's see how it will look like. So if I check here, you can see we are having this reset password, enter your staff ID, enter your new password, but now it is not like styled the way I wanted. So let's see how we can, or why it is not styled the way I want. So let me see here in my container. So this is login container, and then the other thing is that it is inside. Okay, so we have a reset password here, we have enter your staff ID, and then we have another div here that we are calling password, or we are giving it a class of password. We are having a label here, a label for enter your new password like that. And then inside here we have this input for password, and now down here we can have another span here for submit. So this is login btn like that. So I'm going to style this. So the way I'm going to style, I don't know why it is not working the way I expected. So let me see from my login. So this is reset password, and let me try and style this. So this is login btn. So the thing that I didn't do here is to add all of it in a form. So I'm going to just get all of this until here, and then I'll just remove it, add a form here, and here I'm going to add it inside there, and then I'm going to format this like that, and then let's see. So yeah, you can see here, enter your password, enter your staff ID, and enter your new password. So I'm going to get this and enter or add it in our form. So here I'm going to copy this or cut that and paste it inside there. So here you can see now we have reset password. So this is where now the user will be adding the staff ID and also the new password, and now they will be able now to submit the new password, and the password will be now be reset from the database. So, and that will work like updating the password. So let me walk through, or let me show you how it will work. So first thing first, if the user forget the password, then he will come here in the login, and then after login now they will go to forget password. So I don't know why I'm not seeing this forget password. So I see what the problem is. So forgot password. So when you click here forget password, now then they will enter the email. Then this system will check in the database if we have that email, and if that email exists, then they will send a reset, like the path to reset the password. So, and then after that, when the user now have that link to reset the password, now they will be directed to this path here. So this path, they will come and enter their staff ID and the new password. If the staff ID also doesn't exist in the database, then it means now it will show that they have not been registered and they need to contact admin for the registration. So after that, now if they have a correct staff ID, here they can be able also to update the password now to the new password that they will enter, and they will be redirected back to login so that they can be able to log in. So it's kind of a process, but this is to make sure that our system is safe and secure. So yeah, so there's something that I noticed here and I want to see what the problem is. So if I click that login, you can see it is just appending this forget password here in our login. So I don't know what the problem is. So let me try here in this application. So if I click here, you can see I'm going to forgot password direct. So let me see what the problem is. Here I can see where the problem is. If you come here in our login.jsx, so you can see here I didn't add like this path here like that, or this / in here before forget password, and this is the one that is causing the error. So if I go back now, I have saved now. Let me go back and let me try again. So here now this is our application that we are building. So if I come here and then try to go to forget password, now you can see it is not appending another / here, because if I remove this and then save, then come back. So what I'll do is that when I come here and then try to go to forget password, you can see it is just appending the /. So that is the error. So I'm going to add that / there, and then let me go back. Yeah, and now if I click here forgot password, I can be able to go to forget password. So yeah, this is how now we have created the 3 pages. So in the next one, I'm going to start working on my staff page, where we are going to see how the shift will look like, and also we are going to be able to see now other pages like my account and also report, and so that we can be able also to start integrating with our backend and finish and try to finish this application as fast as we can. So have a great day. If you haven't subscribed, kindly remember to subscribe, like this video, and also remember to hit that notification button so that when I upload new video, also you can be able to get a notification. And also you can comment the way you see this application, the way you are seeing, or the way you are experiencing, what you are experiencing when you are coding this application. And remember, you have a source code in the description of every video, so you can look at my GitHub, and my GitHub is just here. So this is my GitHub, and you can be able to visit it. So it is James Guru here, and then here you can come to my repository here. So this is my repository, so you can click on repositories, and also and then look for the repository that is called shift taking application. That is the application that it is complete, so that also you can confirm on other things. This one here, so you can see this shift taking application. You can be able to see the whole code here. So the other thing is that here you can see we have a rough. This is the repository that I put in my rough work. So if you want to see the rough work that I do sometimes to test on some functionality, then you can be able to see here the rough work code. So have a great day. See you in the next video.